Hey, welcome to our virtual construction activity. Thanks for coming and joining us. We have a great panel today that you guys are going to hear from. This is the fourth of the virtual construction activities we've done. We started off with Oak Grove Construction, paving and grading. Then we went to Simpson Sheet Metal. And then we went to Nordby Wine Caves and Nordby Construction to check out commercial projects. So today we are going to hear from a local general contractor, Larry Richmond, and the three young men who are working for him that graduated from the North Bay Construction Corps. So my name is Robin Bartholow. I work at the North Coast Builders Exchange. I am the co-host with Brandon Jewell from the CTE Foundation. And I'd like to introduce you to Larry Richmond, owner of Richmond Construction. So Larry, why don't you tell us a little bit about your company and introduce the panelists?
Hello, thanks, Robin. Thanks for having me on this great panel discussion. Yes, I'm a general building contractor and I build houses, remodel houses, do repair work, and all phases really of construction. And we've done about 8 homes from the fire rebuilds in the last couple of years. And now we're catching up on some of our remodel clients who I've had to put off. So we're already well booked into next year right now. We have 8 employees. And we're really quite busy.
How long have you been doing it? How long have you been in construction?
Yeah, I've been licensed for about 22 years now, and was doing it about 10 years before that. So I've been building most of my life.
Great. So who did you bring today?
All right. So with us today we have Juan Lopez here on my right, and Alex Hernandez, and also on the screen, we have Ryan Newman.
How's it going?
Right.
Joining us for today. And Juan has been with us since, about July this year?
Yeah, July.
About 5 months or so. Alex has been about 2.5 years now. And Ryan about 1.5 years, I want to say.
Okay, great. Well, welcome, you guys. Great to have you here. And I notice that you're all wearing construction orange, which is a safety color, and it's also the color of the North Bay Construction Corps. What I would like
I'm wearing safety orange too. I didn't realize that we're all coordinating. This is
Brandon, how
maybe I'm meant for the construction industry, guys. I'm meant for it.
Good job, Brandon. So I am hoping that each one of you will tell our audience, the people watching today, how you got into construction. So why don't we start with Alex?
All right. Hi. I started getting into construction while I'm in high school. I got into the program North Bay Construction Corp. And after that, I got interviewed with Larry Richmond, and ever since I've been working in construction. Before that, I didn't really know much about construction, but luckily I'm getting to learn more and more thanks to Richmond Construction.
Great. So did you meet Larry through the construction corps?
Yeah, luckily I got interviewed with Larry Richmond on one of the interviews.
All right. How about you, Juan? How did you get into it?
I got into construction from watching my dad do it when I was little, and then I just wanted to do that after school, because when I got into school, I didn't want to go into college or anything. I just wanted to do construction, and then I got into a class at school that had connections with the North Bay Construction Corps, and then I got interviewed by I forgot, there was 2 guys. I forgot both of their names, but they were nice gentlemen, and then I got a call from Larry about wanting to do the 2 weeks because of the COVID stuff. And then I took from there, and I'm learning more and more every day.
Yeah, because you're new, right?
Yeah.
You've been doing it 5 months. Wow. So far, so good? Thumbs up?
Everything's good.
Awesome. How about you, Ryan? How'd you get into construction? Can you hear me, Ryan?
So I got into it. I took 4 years of shop in high school, and Cole Smith, my shop teacher, was one of the coordinators for the construction corps. Can you hear me?
Yep, got it.
Hello? Yeah?
Okay, great. Thank you. So
I think we might
could
be
you,
losing Ryan.
we're losing Ryan.
Did you hear it? Oh, Lord.
That's okay, Ryan. We'll just keep it moving, okay? If it works, it works. And if it doesn't, then we'll share your story another way, another time. But I'm interested in what you guys learned while you were in the construction corps that have been, what are the things that have been the most helpful to you in the job that you have now with Richmond Construction?
Yeah.
Alex, yeah, we'll go in the same order.
Well, the North Bay Construction Corp showed me how to work as a team and get the job done sufficiently. How to use the tools in a safe manner also. Yeah, that's about it.
Now, didn't the construction corps also gave you just a general understanding of the different roles within the construction industry, right? Like they taught the basics kind of throughout the industry?
Yeah, correct.
That's very cool. And was that done? That was done with industry representatives, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes.
That's cool. One.
Oh,
One,
it showed me how to communicate with coworkers and how communication is key of getting like actual things right and actual communication. And it helped me like learn more machinery that I never knew we were able to use, like easy tricks and tips instead of taking the long way and doing like all the cuts, measurements, and all that.
What kind of machinery did you guys learn while in construction corps?
I learned how to use a skill saw, chop saw, jigsaw, impact, and nail gun, and a framing gun.
Do you think that basic knowledge just helped you kind of hit the ground running when you actually got the job at Richmond Construction?
Yeah, it helped a lot.
do you guys get any certifications like first aid or?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I for my situation, I got the first aid and safety one, but I didn't get to get any other certifications yet.
All right, so Ryan, let's try you again.
All right.
What did you learn in the construction corps that really helped you in this job?
Well, like you guys were saying, I learned a lot of the basics of just working a job every day, showing up on time early, getting everything set up, and just being a good worker in general. And it also, like they were talking about with the tools, we got to go to action rents and use jackhammers and actually operate a lift and a lot of other cool stuff. So it helped me learn a lot of the basics and a lot of the stuff that I wouldn't get to learn otherwise if I hadn't taken the program.
Cool. Did you guys learn a lot about the different types of jobs in construction? Like, did it kind of give you a clear idea of where you wanted to work?
Yeah, so during mine, I don't know about Juan because his was during the COVID, it wasn't as in depth, but for me, I got to go to different electricians, concrete, plumbers, all the different trades in the job and get to kind of get an idea of what it would be like to work in that industry.
Now, I'd like to hear if, just from all three of you, if there was anything in particular when you were going through the construction corps that you thought was just this really cool skill that that was kind of what grabbed you and made you want to keep going in the construction industry. Was there one thing that you learned or one skill or one piece of machinery that stood out to you?
The nail gun, framing walls.
What's that? The nail gun?
Yeah, framing walls.
Oh yeah.
That really got me.
Okay.
For me, I just enjoyed the relationship with the coworkers, and it's a different type of job. Rather than working customer service or something like that, working construction, you get to be a lot more, I don't know how to describe it, but
Well, let me ask you, Ryan, what does a typical day look like for you?
well, this week I'm actually doing rot repair. So I show up, get everything set up. We've been tearing apart the stucco, ripping it off and getting down to studs, trying to get all the rots that there. There's a lot of termite damage and other things. So, but on a normal day, if we were starting a new job, I would show up, set up all the tools, make sure that we have power and lights running if it's too dark, and then I would ask my supervisor if I didn't know what I was doing for the day already, what to get started on.
Great. How about you, Juan or Alex? Do you have anything?
Well, I think the same thing. Pretty much show up, set up all the tools, get ready to start the day. Sometimes start framing some walls. Sometimes do some demo maybe.
You get to use a nail gun?
Oh yeah, a lot. I like it.
That's great. How about you, Juan?
For me, it's just same thing. Set up tools, make sure everything has everything ready, get prepared for everybody. Ask if they need anything brought up from like from the garage to upstairs or from downstairs to upstairs or anything.
All right. So do we want to look at some pictures?
Yeah. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share some images that Larry sent me of some jobs that you guys worked on. So what I'd love to hear is there's no sound to these pictures. So feel free to just kind of talk over them. Tell me to stop if you want to focus on a certain picture. But we'd love to hear what role you might have had in these particular jobs.
Can you stop there?
Yep.
Yeah. So on one of the images, I was the one on the rope, moving the truss over.
Oh, that's you, huh?
Yeah. And so we put the trusses where they're supposed to be, and then start nailing them off safely. Move it with the rope, pretty much.
Okay, very cool.
And I learned how to frame the roof also.
This looks like the same job.
Yeah, same job.
You can stop it there.
Okay.
I had to go up on the roof. It doesn't look as high as it actually is, but I had to harness up and hang off the edge of the roof and paint the fascia. That was my first time ever really going up that high. That was a fun experience.
What are we looking at here? Is this a house or an apartment or?
Yeah, so right now when it's finished, there's a deck there, but underneath those sliders in the windows, there would be a deck going across the whole front of the house, and the fascia is actually on the top, on the bottom, downslope of the house. It's the board running across. That's what I had to go up and paint.
All right, I'm gonna
But
keep
there was a
playing.
deck. There's a deck fully surrounding that house now.
Is that the same?
There's Sundown Trail.
What about this one?
Yeah, that's the same house. I don't think I was on that job.
It's really neat to see it in different stages. Is this a different one?
Yeah, that's a lot of shear wall work. A lot of nailing.
So had they started working on the inside of that house yet, or it was?
I
don't think I did much on that one.
That house is actually done,
This one right here, huh? Where is this?
except for, I don't know if they did they finish the interior, Larry?
Yes, that's done. That's out Reebley Road area, and that's Sundown Trail. And this is another example of the roof framing that was taking place. Juan wasn't with us yet, but Alex and Ryan were helping with this or jobs in the same area.
Oh, that's the one.
So was this a rebuild of a house that was burned down? Because I can see that there's fire damage on the hills behind and on the trees.
That's exactly what it is. This is a elderly couple that rebuilt, and they are happily living in their new house
I was
now.
on Stallion.
Well, that's really cool. We've got, I think this is, I think our last picture, it looks like the same. I'd actually like to ask a question kind of on that note is, and this actually is going to be mainly for you, Larry, is have you noticed a real surge in the need for construction workers with all these fires?
Oh, yes, definitely. The 12 months following the fire and the beginning of the rebuild push was really the biggest surge. But there still is a very strong demand. We also have a lot of people over the next 5 to 10 years retiring out of the construction industry, and there's going to be multiple opportunities to come in and work up in the trade. I can't say enough about how much of a pleasure it's been to have these students come job site ready, already trained in basic tool use, safety on the job site, and soft skills, showing up on time, ready to work, well rested, and good communicators. That right there has been a tremendous difference from just hiring the average person straight out of high school. I highly recommend it to all the anybody interested in construction, and also to employers looking to fill some entry-level positions.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I would suspect that, you know, construction is obviously it's not for everyone, but it really is a perfect fit for some people. And I feel like the you know, program like North Bay Construction Corps allows students in their high school year to really just figure out if they're the person who it works for, if they're the person who really doesn't. And I bet that's a huge help, and it kind of saves you, the construction company, from having to hire somebody and then they find out 2 weeks later they don't like it and so they leave. And so it's probably a lot of big savings for you as well.
Definitely, and it's a great support for the program and the community.
So I'm interested from the young men to find out if you have any advice for someone who might be watching and is thinking, yeah, maybe I'll go into construction. Do you have any advice for them, or any, you know, any reasons why it's a good career choice? One.
I definitely advise it and recommend it for anyone who wants to go into it, because I liked it since I was little, so I got into it. And you always learn something new every day from any trade that you're in, or learn more and more from a different one if you want to go to that one. But I highly recommend it to anyone that's interested, or if not interested, just give it a try. At least you can say you did construction. That might switch your mind to say, oh, I'm gonna just stay instead of just leaving. So I highly recommend it.
Great. What do you, Alex?
I also recommend it also because there's a lot to learn for the future, to do work at home and on the job site also, because you got a little project at home, you get a little bit of skills going.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's good.
Ryan?
Yeah, I would definitely recommend it for anyone who's looking for a career in construction. Just if you have any teachers or anything like that are know anything about it, or if you're going to Rancho, you can talk to Cole Smith, but just talk to somebody and try and get into the program. Construction is a really lucrative industry, especially right now after the fires. It's a great thing to get into straight out of high school.
Yeah. Can I ask a question? I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Brian.
I'm actually curious just about, if I can just hear from each of you about what your favorite thing about working in the construction industry is, besides using a nail gun.
Let me see.
My favorite thing is to frame the walls, frame the rooms, frame the whole house. That's what I like to do.
Well, my favorite thing is, yeah, building the houses. Getting people ready to move in. I love the feeling.
Yeah, I bet that feels good. You know, when Larry was talking about the older couple whose house burned down, and you guys, and I know some of you weren't on that, but like just that idea of rebuilding their home for them is, I assume, really rewarding.
Oh yeah, they were so happy. Yeah.
That's cool. What about you, Ryan?
Yeah, I definitely enjoy being able to look back on a project and look at all the things that I did and be proud of my work and see how far it came along. And also, like I was saying earlier, the camaraderie, it's just, you have a good time. It's not a job where you're sitting around all day hating your life. You can actually enjoy yourself if you like construction.
So,
Robin, I'm sorry. I have a question from YouTube I'm hoping to ask.
oh yeah. Let's get it.
Somebody on YouTube is asking, what is the most valuable thing that you learned from the construction corps that you realized was valuable when you got onto the job site?
How to use the tools properly, maybe. That really helped.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely valuable knowing all the tools going in, but just learning before going into a work environment, learning what that work environment was going to be like, how to act around your supervisors, how to keep your day going strong and not just be sitting around doing nothing. It helped to go in with knowing what I was actually trying to look to do rather than going in blind.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys find it easier to read a tape measure than it might have been if you hadn't done the construction corps?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
How often
my
do you
first
use the
question
tape measure?
Every day.
You know, I could have used the some of the basic knowledge learned in the construction corps too, because when I started building stuff in my own garage, even I didn't even know that a 2x4 is not 2 inches by 4 inches. And so all my calculations were a little off, right? So like little things like that are super valuable to learn ahead of time before you actually start to build something.
So,
Yeah, same here. I didn't know how to read the tape measure before, but I mean, North Bay Construction Corp really taught me how to read the tape measure, so it helped me out on the real world.
yeah. So you guys have
Took
talked
4 years
about
of
your
shop
favorite.
class, so I already had some experience.
You guys have talked about your favorite things. What are the hardest things about working in construction?
I think one of the hardest things in working in construction is, I think, all the angles that you have to cut pretty much. Like when you're trimming the windows, trimming the doors, you have to like put specific angles sometimes. And I think that's really hard.
Mm.
How about you, Juan?
The hardest thing for me is cutting on angles like a 16-degree angle or 45 or 23-degree angle, like on a table saw or using a sawzall. It's hard for me.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Ryan?
I would say probably digging trenches for 8 hours a day and stuff like that is the hardest for me.
That sounds hard.
We get breaks, obviously. We take breaks throughout the day, but there's some grueling work in construction.
Yeah. Wow. Do you guys have to get up early?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that hard or do you get used to it?
Yeah, you get used to it over
Get used to
time.
it. Comes a routine.
All right. Well, thank you so much, you guys. You have really, I think, given our audience a lot of great information. We're kind of getting towards the end of our time now. So I'm going to put in a last plug for the North Bay Construction Corps. We have 3 people here who are talking about the benefits of the program and the great career choice that construction can be. A great way to find out if it is for you is by being part of this program. So applications are available now on our website, which is at www.constructioncorps.org. and core is spelled CORPS. So I think Brandon's going to type that into the YouTube chat feed. Sure. And thank you, Brandon. And the applications are due on December 2nd. You can get more information on our website and see pictures of the different things that have happened and more student testimonials. We actually have a video to play for you guys if you are able to stay on after we wind down the talking part. That'll give you some more information and student testimonials. But we really appreciate your attending, all the people watching. And thank you so much to Richmond Construction and Juan and Alex and Ryan. And it's great to see you guys again and see you guys really thriving in your
see you too.
Yeah. And Brandon, you are the best co-host on the planet, and it's always great to work with you too. So unless anyone has any other last minute, I don't know, just
words of wisdom,
cheers or comments, we'll start the video.
Alrighty.
Okay.
I think so.
Being in this program, it opened opportunities for not only myself, but for other people to just make sure that they are going into something that they would enjoy and just really making sure that they're going on their own personal path.
I feel like this course has really prepared me for life after high school.
It really opened my mind to what pathways I could take on for the future.
My name's Ryan. I graduated from Rancho Cotati in 2019, spring of 2019, and now I'm working for Larry Richmond Construction. When I started my senior year, I didn't really know exactly what I was going to do when I graduated. I was definitely leaning a lot more towards construction because of the classes that I was taking, but I still didn't have a foolproof plan set. This program, just coming straight out of high school and getting into a job right away, that was definitely my best option and what I wanted to do the most.
I was going to college. My first plan was just to graduate and go to college right away. But I didn't feel like the fulfillment, like the fire that pushed me to do something until I found my passion, which was just building stuff and helping people out. And I decided to take the NBCC construction class, and that made me happy.
One of the main reasons why I joined the North Bay construction program was the 750 at the end, and really a lot of exposure. Really a lot of companies came to my school and really talked to us about apprenticeships, or really there's another like route instead of like straight college, 4-year. Really a lot of exposure in this program.
I decided to enroll because I will be going into civil engineering in my future, and so therefore I really wanted to get a good foundation before going into the trades.
This class does a lot because like they had us do resumes, cover letters, they practice interviews, brought in people that like hire people all the time, told us what they look for, what not to do, what to do.
A lot of the stuff that they want to teach us in this boot camp and in this core can really transfer to a lot of your life. Just the waking up in the morning and being on time, making your own lunch, having these soft skills of greeting people and writing resumes, all that stuff. You're going to need that for every job that you do.
I feel pretty fortunate because I was able to come in, get a lot of my training from the construction corps, which one is free, and at the end, if you finish the boot camp, they give you $750.
So what I'm really hoping to get out of the North Bay construction program is really a career for my future, not just a part-time job. I feel like I can build a career off this program, get paid good, you know, have like support my family in the future. Really, that's what I'm really looking forward to.
This course is good because like they don't force you on anything. Like they just give you a bunch of opportunities. They just give you a bunch of different paths and you can choose. So no matter what, I feel like anyone should try it because like there's so many different positions in construction. Like you could have like desk jobs in construction, like just setting stuff up and organizing, or you could have like real building. So whatever you want.
18,000 men or women that are needed in the construction industry, and all these houses that were taken out, all the areas that we just, even without the fires, we need more people to be building up. That's how the world works. We're just going to keep building. So I think definitely we need more people to be coming into this program rather than just going and wasting their time with something that's not going to get them anywhere. Come into the construction corps, have a set like guideline where you're going to be at in a couple months. And if you work hard and you do what you need to do, you can get a job right out of high school.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
No problem.
Thank you for having me.
Bye. Thanks.